Yeah. So what else is good out there, Maya?
Second, we're going to talk about Cam Newton finally getting vaccinated because he ultimately still wants to play basketball. I mean, football. As he said, I don't know. I wrote basketball down too. I don't know why I did that. But do you think Cam folded under pressure to get vaccinated? And if our star athletes compromise on getting vaccinated, will this have an impact on society?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I mean, he definitely folded. I mean, I almost, you know, hate to put it like that, but that gets more attention. But yeah, I mean, you have to almost like what else?
Yeah.
There's no way he would have been able to make it to play, and then so that would be first and foremost, right? Because he's at a point where he's sort of on the outside. So teams are looking at it like, okay, either way, it's a risk. We know he has talent, but we don't know that he's going to make us better. So you always have that risk. So that's why, and if he's not the guy, which if he was the guy, he'd be on a team, right? So that's just the reality of it. So
Do you think Kyrie Irving is going to eventually get the vaccine or what?
I don't know about that one. Kyrie just right. He seems mad stubborn. Like
I
I
love
feel
Kyrie.
like Kyrie is like, yo, I'm good here. Like
I like
I
Kyrie.
don't have to play.
I like where he stick to principle, his principle, not nobody else's. Like when he was like, yo, last year, we'll go back to Cameron in a second, but we said Kyrie, but when he was last year when he was like, yo, I need to take some days off. And it was like, yo, and they gave it to him, right? And then he came back and did what he did. But it's like they've given him so much leverage and power, and he's so good because he has that value. They can do that, and they make exceptions for it. And like he's always been consistent on his like beliefs. Some things I'm sure he's going back on, but he's been pretty consistent when it came down to core foundational things. So I think he's gonna be solid, like for real, because I think that um like he said on this thing that he's standing up for his rights to not have to do it, and like he doesn't have like I don't like the criminalization almost of people who are not being vaccinated is kind of getting insane now.
No, yeah. I mean,
I mean, like it really is.
it's y'all over here.
Yeah.
Y'all, that's basically
Like I
what it
mean,
is.
just the perception of it is gone crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if some I don't even want to say anything now.
Right. Well, and that's just the thing. Like, nobody really wants to give their vax status,
Yeah, yeah, I know. Like,
especially if you don't have the shot. You
yeah,
definitely you like
and I don't
you're not
have this.
saying nothing.
Like I said, I don't have the
They
shot,
start
but like
talking
I
about
don't
it.
say that out in public at all. If somebody talking about it, I just
Yeah.
like
Because you really don't know somebody's reaction.
yo,
Like you
like
legit
yo, I'm
have no
like yo,
clue.
bro. Like I just don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I mean, I'm not really out around a bunch of people a lot at all, and I just don't. I mean, because this not my kids don't here have vaccines. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like just this vaccine. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like we don't do any of them. So like now it's like like you're a bad person.
Right.
You know?
Well, now I mean, and sort of to circle back to like Cam and
Yeah.
even Kyrie for that matter because they're similar. So
Hmm.
it's becoming the standard.
Yeah.
And I think that's really where, Cam looked at it like, well, if I want to play, I got to do it.
Yep.
Kyrie is looking at it like, nah, in a sense, not only am I standing up for me, but this is taking over. Like
Hmm.
companies now are like, they want to know your vax status. And if you're not vaccinated, they don't want to bring you in. Like there are literally companies who are beginning to draw the line and companies that are beginning to say, if you're not vaccinated, you cannot work here.
Yeah.
We already know if you work in the medical field, dunzo.
Hmm.
Like you don't have a choice. No matter what capacity it is, they're making you get vaccinated if you're around, sick people in any way, right? And now it's just spilling over to your larger companies. They're all saying that in order to, well, not all, but companies are beginning to say, hey, in order to work here, this is what you must do.
And this is how it happens, though.
Yeah,
This is how the slow takeover of they slow play you until it's the norm.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like you get slow played, and then it's the norm, and then now all the sheep are against you, and now you become the villain.
Hmm.
You could be the best people in the world, be Mother Teresa. You know what I'm saying? I done all these things or whatever, and they go against the norm of something that they truly don't want to do, and now they're villainized or canceled.
Right.
So
And they were so aggressive with the COVID one
yeah,
because, again, we've had other viruses, all kinds of things,
yeah.
but with this one in particular, they were so aggressive because, again, now we're at a point where you can't travel. In New York, you have to prove you're vaccinated to be in public spaces. Like you got to go with your vax proof, you know? So people want to see that. Like, prove to us you're vaccinated, and so, you know, sometimes it's like anything that creates a shift, there's always going to be somebody that really needs to stand up, especially if it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think in a way, you know, Kyrie could be an example of that. He could be an example of standing up to that factor.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's going to work,
I
I
mean,
don't
like,
think so, because I think this thing is a tsunami, so I
yeah,
don't
I
really
mean, man,
think there's really
it's
any
the
hope.
wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll be remembered for being on the right side of things, in history, probably like a Kaepernick or something like that. But it doesn't really matter.
Or
In
maybe like a Dave, potentially like a Dave
Could be
Chappelle,
Dave Chappelle.
depending
Yeah,
on where this all goes,
yeah,
right?
could be.
Like if he literally says, okay, if I have to get vaccinated in order to play basketball,
I'm not playing basketball.
I'm not playing basketball anymore.
That's hey, it's major.
That's major.
Yeah,
He's giving up a lot.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
You know
like
what I'm
Dave
saying?
Chappelle said, I walked away with 50 million.
There you go. So he
Like, bro,
he
you
could be
can't
compared
you
to,
can't buy
to
me.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and like, I think that's his base sacrificing. Like, if it's just basketball to him is one thing, but I mean, I think he's got enough money to the point where if if it had to go, I feel like he's at peace with what he does. Like either way, and
Yeah.
I don't really think that it really bothers him as much because he definitely seems like a person that is into other things other than just basketball. With he understands that basketball is a great game, and he doesn't surround himself or make him just basketball because the people try to, but he's a thoughtful person. He likes other things in his life.
Absolutely.
He's not dumb at all. He got into Duke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah, he's
so I mean,
smart
so like
kid.
he's not dumb at all.
Representing Jersey. Just wanna
Yeah,
put that out there.
but like
Jersey.
like I said, go back to Cam though. Cam's situation, I understand why he did it because he still wants to play football.
Exactly.
He
And
don't
that's
want
it.
he don't want to end on that, so he wants to play football. But like I said, I don't even think it's that with Cam. I just think Cam. I think that they're tired of Cam. I truly believe that the NBA, NFL is just tired of Cam. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
all the
that's
wrong
very
reasons, I'm
yeah.
sure, but
That's very possible.
you can look on these Sundays and you see these quarterbacks playing, and you're like, yo, I know Cam can do that and more. Like his ceiling can be way more than some of these people's ceilings are.
Well, and he has made public comments of obviously wanting the right. He said it like, it has to be the right situation,
Yeah.
the right deal. Because
Yeah.
I think Seattle may have at one point been interested. So
I mean,
Yeah.
but what you call is balling though. Smith wasn't doing bad. I'm just looking at the teams that have quarterbacks. We said the Jets don't have a quarterback right now.
Yeah.
Like Washington don't have a quarterback right now.
Panthers.
The Panthers don't really. I mean, they have one,
Suspect
but they just
situation.
benched his quarterback. I mean, like,
it's a lot of suspect situations.
yeah. I mean, but like, and the Panthers to finish them up, Panthers are getting everything they deserve right now, just because of the fact of how they did Cam, Like
They did do
they
Cam
could have
dirty.
gave him one more year to prove himself. He was old that year. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
He was old that year. He was MVP, and y'all just did him dirty. So now y'all just get done dirty. You went and got Bridgewater. Now he's gone. Then went and got somebody who ain't done nothing in 4 years up at or 2 3 years up at 4 years, it was 4 years up at the Jets and thought he would be the new franchise quarterback. Like who what on tape said that? So I mean, but Cam is, Super Bowl. He was in the Super Bowl league MVP. Till he can't get a shot nowhere.
Nowhere.